Hey everyone, welcome back. Week 10 on the TOS Enterprise, and yes, started getting work done on the German ground troops, mortar team, machine gun team. But it was mostly the Enterprise for the week, for this week again, because of the thing I had to do to make sure I got the Aztec paneling masks in the right place. Started on it, and it took removing the mask, doing the lines, using the other mask to help make sure I got the panel lines squared away, putting the mask back on. And usually when I do Aztec mask, Aztec dummies mask, usually I have no issue, man. It's like done. I get them on in one day and get it painted in one day and get them off in a couple of days. This took me to pretty much yesterday afternoon. Because there was a lot, but you'll see that. But I did find a great workaround and how to make sure they got the spacing and they were where they should have been. But hey, German troopers got painted too, and oh yes, there is now base paint on the bottom of this saucer, as you can see from the photo. So yay, not bad, great week. Frustrating with trying to, not frustrating, but taxing, doing all those, getting those masks on. And usually it's not like that, but with this being the smooth saucer, I had to figure it out. And like I said last week, Lou put in his masking instructions that yes, he is now in favor of, because he did his mask from the panel line of the TOS saucer sections, because they did one with panel lines, and then they went back to the smooth on the saucer. But hey, it's done. Yay! So with that, if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button, click on the little bell. You'll know every time I upload. Also, if you see me doing something in my video, or a technique I'm using, or how did you do that, or this is why I'm doing this, if you need me to go into more detail, please put it in the comments section and go, hey, but can you send me an email and just what process did you use this? Or hey, Buck, can you just do a video just on that technique? Please put it in the comment section. Also, you want to put in the comment sections, I respond to hey, Buck, hey, Bucky, or hey, Buck, man, what the frack were you thinking? Please put it in the comment section. I usually answer within 12 to 24 hours. But with that, guys, let's get to the bench. Well, good Monday afternoon, and I got a little bit of a break, so I thought I'd come down and get back to work. So, yes, I did do more work over the weekend, and started getting, got all these off, and then I started the other stuff. So right now what I'm doing is I'm using that masking that I've showed you that I got at HDA Model Works, yeah, and it's extra masking when you do the 1/350 refit that they provide, but I'm using them because they are the actual size of the panel lines that the other kits represent. So that's what I'm doing. So I will come back and I will definitely walk you through how I did that, and show you how it works that way, and get some more of these masks on. But I want to get this side finished up, and then I'll start on the other half. So yeah, that's where we're at right now, where I'm at. So let me get this finished and I'll come back. Okay, before I get over and do that side to share with you guys, I wanted to share this with you. If you ever do like I did, you're gonna have to, this part you could leave off until you get all these on. Trust me, you could. But I'm one of those that's like, okay, I can get it on there and I don't have to worry about like mask around it. But if you're using template, masking like this, let me show you what you're gonna have to do. So because of where this is situated, I'm still lining on the panel lines, but instead of on the right, I have to come here to the left and play with this bit. Okay, so now that is right there, you're gonna want to make sure you still get that set on that panel line right there. And then, you know, make sure, let's see, how is this gonna, okay, there we go. And a couple other things you might have to do, but you're gonna have to cut these, right? So when I know I'm gonna have to cut, I try to use something like this metallic stir or whatever it is, and make sure I get it pushed into that area that I know I'm gonna have to make the cut, so I can make the cut. And when you do that, you'll get that little impression line, and again have a very good sharp X-Acto blade in, brand new. And because, like I said, I've already done a lot of the painting, there can be an issue with this sometimes, but if you go really light and without much pressure, unless you get something like that, then you got to kind of, okay. And I'm not worried about scratching the paint, because if I do have to use this, it's very, very, very light. And then I get rid of these, just like that. And good. Also, another good point is, you see, sometimes even though the panel lines are measured out, even on ships with actually panel lines set in, you're still gonna have to trim these down on some things. So like this one's just a little bit over. Like I said again, it's a very sharp blade. So I just lightly go and get it set there. Sorry, my things are going off. My watch is vibrating. Ding, smartwatches sometimes, I tell you. But then I just slowly and carefully take care of that. So I'm going to get this now finished up. I've showed you this, and then I'll start showing you how I started laying all this out on this side. So I will be back. Alright, that is now done, and I'm going to show you the best I can with doing this. So the reason I went ahead and did a bigger section was because I was doing smaller sections, and it was starting the masking tape after I've moved it like 3 or 4 times, really starts to lose its stickiness. And I thought, well, why don't I just make it bigger? So the first thing I do is I'm going to take maybe this off. Come on now, there we go. Well, thing is, they're picky sometimes. Yes, and I forgot that I had put that under there, so give me just a second. Get those off so I can do this. Because when I did the rest of the backside, I put these I put the radial lines down, and then I did this, but I want to this will be fine before I do that, because what I want to do is I want to make sure I get that panel line marked. And there we go, there's that little bit gone. Okay, now let's go. Okay, and then like I said, I hooked it around the bottom of the saucer, or the edge of the saucer. So as you can see, I did do all the pencil line, and that was with the Aztec, or not the Paragraphics compass. And basically I set it in here, I lined it up, and then you just follow the lines, and then make sure you stay on the outside. Don't try to keep it right on the line. Stay on the outside of the line there a little bit, and I'll show you that once I get this done. But like I said, I used the compass and marked these guys out. And then with the line, when you go to do this, especially with this masking material, you want to, you want to make sure you don't have, keeping it on that line, because you don't want any wavers or anything, and you got to work very gently with it sometimes, because it moves all over the place. So, and as you can see, like I said, it does like to move. So sometimes grabbing it closer and then making sure you get it put down to that point, it's a little bit easier. And now that we're at the bottom, okay, that one is now on. Got to get the phone real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay, now that is done, and that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I just want to get this one down, so now I'm going to get these radio lines done. And the great thing is I don't have to take too much, make too many new cuts, but I'm going to have to make a few. Oops, forgot something there. And, okay, so I'm going to grab this one. And when you guys also do this, you're gonna, it's gonna be the same way. You gotta, you know, talk to it. Oh, I'm not gonna use that one. Sorry, that one's ugh. Okay. And now, okay. So what I did, or what I've been doing, is I line up this one to the one that's closest radio line, and then the easiest way really is just to, again, just grab close, and I try to, I'm working really diligently on trying to get that in the right position, you know, because it curves. And got to move this around a bit. And like so. Just kind of double checking, and I can move my fingers just a bit to help bring that up. So let me see, are you gonna fit the rest of the way? Yeah, okay. Then, like I said, I'll get another one here, and like I said, I gotta kind of keep moving with it. So, and when you go to make this next point, you want to make sure that that is in pretty decent position. And when you go to make this, I always overhang it a few, you know, a little bit, and then I make sure I do this because got to. So now I can work it again and get that finished. And I know I'm saying "and" a lot. Sorry, guys. And there we go. So basically that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to get it finished. I'm not going to make you watch me do all of it. And I'll come back and we'll start putting on the other side of the mask. So see you in a bit. Okay, not all the way yet, but I got good 4 areas good to go. So, and I'm starting to run out of this thin stuff. So, okay. So remember, one segment, sorry guys, one of these will do 2 of these. And I started here in about the middle of the ship, and so now I'm going to have to go this way. So the negative is here, so the next thing is a positive. And what's the great thing about being able to do it this way, you can do one panel here and then come back to this one. So, and that's what I've been doing. I've been taking the negatives, masking out, and been starting with those first. So forgive me if I get in the way, guys. What you want to do is line it up, whether you're doing this kit or you're doing other ones that actually have panel lines. You want to make sure you line that mask up to there and to there, to whatever corner it should be in. And so that way it's easy to work with. You know exactly where it's going to go. And yeah. Okay, so again, I'm just going to get lined up and get put on there. Okay, now this little piece, and again, just make sure, and okay, now I can get the positive out. And with me having to work, with me working with these so many more times than I usually do, guys, they're still really good. Just make sure you're careful if you have to do what I've done, so you know you don't lose the whole thing. Now for the positive, I'm lining up the bottom with the bottom corner with this, and this is that panel line there, basically, because this is where these are designed to come down to. And I always usually start from the right. I don't know, just some, just like, it's kind of my thing, I guess. I don't know. And then I just slowly work and make sure, and then bring them down. Now again, yes, panel lines are all the same. Remember, on the other side, you're going to have to do some trimming, some cutting. And there's that. And remember, I do it very, very lightly. And when you have to, if you have to do it with these top guys, these, you know, these, you make sure they're good and down, because if you don't, they like to move when you try to go to get rid of the extra. So there, and there, and maybe, come on now. Alright, fine, I'll come up here. Oh, there we go. And there we go. So now that is done. And again, when you go to start the next one, again, just the same way. Like I said, I go with what I have, the negatives out anyway, because they're easier with me working with this so much easier than trying to get the positive removed than they are. So again, and this will be the last two panels I'll share with you guys, because I know you don't want to sit here and watch me do this for a while, because I still have to do the bottom too. Okay, and there we go. And, okay, come on now. And again, I line up with this right side corner and panel up, make sure, and slowly work that over. And if these guys, you know, they get crooked, or, you know, you can take them up again and reset them. And then I'll go and trim. But, so there's 4 panels. So I'm going to get back to work, and I'll show you what it fully looks like when it's done. Good afternoon, Tuesday, and got the top of the saucer all done, Aztec now. And then I took, because of the pencil lines, you know, I just took a pencil eraser and just went through and took them out, erased them out. But yeah, I suggest, if you guys are going to do this same thing, definitely get the protractor or whatever to help get those panel lines guided out, because I'll tell you what, it made it so much better. As you can see, before I had like this much of the saucer left to do, and I was out of mask. But after I put in the back in the after I did the panel lining, everything came together. And yes, I did remove the A and B deck. One, because I wanted these to make sure that they got where they need to, and I can cut the bits off. And two, I'm going to probably look at making sure the bridge light for the view screen and the monitors is good, but I looked at it again, and there's just not enough overall light coming out to show the bridge. So I'm going to tweak the lighting in there a little bit, but before I do that, I'm going to get the lower part of the saucer done. But yeah, definitely that Paragraphics compass, it helped out a bunch. So yay. Alright, well, I'm going to get back at it. Well, good Wednesday afternoon, and now I can get back in the studio. I had to go take care of the mowing of my yard, my neighbor's yard, and get that squared away. And yes, I'm still on the lower saucer. Normally when I do this, you know, I have the panel lines, I can usually get it done in pretty quick. Not as many days as I've been working on this, but all that. But yeah, so I'm still working on this. I'm going to let you know right here and here, the Paragraphics compass gave me this one, and then these three that are on the ship, and then these. So it gave me 4 radio lines, and I was like, okay, cool, because the top was awesome, perfect, but coming to the bottom, I think the Saucer Lou designed his templates off. The bottom of it was I'm figuring these were shorter. I have never seen it yet, so I wouldn't know, but it's taking me a little bit more because I'm also having to cut down and fix things, and that's fine, because with the gap, you know, the best way I've done it is these I've lined up. I've always made sure I've lined them up where they should be when I go do that. But yeah, so now I'm still going to be working on this today, but I thought we'd take a step back for a second and talk about taking care of those German infantry troops that I told you about after I glued the waist and the legs on. So let me get them over here and we'll get started. I'll get started on them. Alright, so before I started using the Vallejo liquid plastic putty, I was trying to think of something better than some of the stuff I've been using. I would never use my Bondo spot putty on these, but some of the stuff I had wasn't working. And then I caught a video on YouTube of another builder who actually uses this to replace panel lines on planes. If you know you got the plating lines, and when you go do the sanding, you get rid of that line. Well, he showed how to replace them with this, and that's what really got me going. Okay, really like it. And I will search. I think I got it saved in my favorites, not sure, but I will search so I can tell you which video that was. But this is very, very, very cool stuff to use. And that was weird. Huh, okay, so I don't know if you can see that. This is all lined up. But this here is like overshot, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that one. But I'll get the next one because that is lined up, and then I'll have to take a look and get him apart. But okay, this guy's good to go. So when you start using this, always get that tip cleaned off, but don't be scared to get a bit in there, because what I use this for is to really help fill that, you know, that gap, and go from there. Now let me do it this way. So especially with these small guys, I kind of just get it all in there in one go, even if I've wasted a bit, but hey, it is what it is. So then I just take a standard Q-tip and I wet it down in my, you know, you can have a little water or whatever, but I just stick it in my my mouth and, you know, get it going up. And then lightly just start. Let me see if I can get you a little bit closer for you guys so you can see what's going on really. Let's see, you're gonna, okay, there we go. All right, and then just lightly start pulling it, and yes, you're gonna have quite a bit come off, but that's okay. And then I go ahead and start, I get the other side, and then you can see some parts where it's not getting all in there. So I definitely just bring this back up, and I'm just, right now I'm checking to make sure everything is there where I want it. Then I will, again, wet another one, and I'll start cleaning this up. I just want it to stay in that seam. I don't want it to affect the rest of the uniform. So I definitely go through quite a few of these guys. So, and then just like that. And now that is good to go. Then I'm going to get in down here. I'm telling you, sometimes to me it can make some of the weirdest seam lines. And same thing. Okay. And again, I just ever so lightly come again, and I just start getting it out of there. And I'm not trying to remove it all, like I said. I'm just trying to get it in that thing, that seam line, and then I will just do that. And there we go. So this gentleman is now at this point good to go for me to do a primer coat on. But I will tell you, this liquid putty from Vallejo, like I said, it's really good, but it can take a little bit to set up. So don't try to go crazy with, you know, don't give it. What I mean by setup, sorry, excuse me. What I mean by it takes a bit to set up is I do this now, and I won't touch this again until tomorrow, because I have, you know, I've given it like sometimes a couple of hours, and I thought it was good and dry, but it wasn't. So hindsight is just now I got this, and I'll let that dry. So with that, guys, I'm gonna get these other guys done. I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me do this, and I'll come back and let you see what they look like. Good Thursday afternoon, and yes, finally the saucer is now all masked. This has been woof on this one, because like I said, I had to go back in and do the panel line, you know, mark where the panel lines were in the panels and do it that way. But hey, it was worth it. I mean, I'm very happy with this. And now the funny thing is, once I do the next base color, these are all go away. So I spent the last 3.5 days getting all these on there, and I'm going to take them off pretty soon, as soon as I get that base coat on, another base coat. But yay! So I'm very happy this is done now. I still got to take care of the pencil lines, but yeah, getting ready to get the paint going on this. Oh yes, and I still got to get the A and B deck back on. I got to put a little bit more light into that, but yeah, yay! It is now ready for paint. I'm so happy. Okay guys, well, I'm going to get back at it. Well, good morning. Yes, it's morning, and it is Friday, and I'm back in the studio. But as you can see, before I got finished down here last night, I had to put some paint onto this lovely ship, because working on those masks and getting everything where it needed to be, I needed some color, so I need to get some paint on. So again, what I did here is I used the light gray as my second base coat, and I will show you when I go to do the top. But you can see that it is painted, but these aren't all the way painted gray. You can see the dusting, and that dusting lets you know that you got that section painted, because if you try to go too heavy and color all these out and get them all gray, it's not going to look good, trust me. But yeah, so take my tweezers, and if I can, I pick them off. So we want to be careful because now the new paint is not protected, clear coat protected, because yeah, I'm not going to do that until I get almost everything done. So I definitely want to be careful with these and make sure I don't scratch it. But I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me pull all these off. But so I'm going to get these off and get this lovely saucer turned over and finish up on A and B deck and get some more paint done today. My goal is to try to get the top and the A and B deck done, all in here ready to go to paint, and start getting those German infantry troops and those mortar team and that machine gun team, get them some lovely paint on there today too. So that's where I'm at. So I'll be back when this is demasked. Okay, well, now they're off, and definitely, yeah, I'm loving this. This is looking great. Of course, I'm gonna do more, but so the first base coat was sky gray, and then this was the light gray. So yay! And then yes, I left these guys on right now until after I get the top done, in case I get some overspray, because I'll be going right here. So I want to make sure at least the top is protected around the saucer, but I'm also, just in case I get oops. So yay! All right, well, gonna get this moved for a second and get started back on the A and B deck. Okay, well, I got everything split apart, and I decided I went with a warm white SM LED, and it is a 0805. Oh no, sorry, wrong one. Yeah, warm white. So I went with that because I tried the other one. It was just too much, too bright. And so now I've got the bridge glue back in. I've got everything in, and then I got to go and get the light blocking fixed again. Then I can put this all back together and get her back on the saucer. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I'm gonna get back at it. Alright, everything's together again now, and I had to do a change because the light that I showed you the last video, the warm white, was great, but oh, it was a flickering warm white LED, and I totally missed it. And it's in big print on the package. 402 or 802 flickering warm white. And yeah, so what I did do is I went back with 402s, and these are even smaller, and I ended up putting 2 in there, and then I got to do a little more work, but I at least get this done. So what I did is I just ran everything again through here, and then tied it together down here so it's not just hanging. So that's where I'm at. So I'm going to get that squared away, and I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. I'll get it plugged in. Alright, see if I can bring this up better for you guys. If it stays focused. Now it is in camera. I mean, it is lit now very well. I'm definitely going to do something. I can see a lot of the panels are still showing up, but because of the light that I had to use, I'm going to have to diffuse it better. Sorry. So I'll work on that here in just a second, but I thought you guys might want to see that. So yay, bridge! Everything's back together, and now you can actually see in the bridge. So, alright guys, well, I'm going to get back at it. Alright, A and B deck is back on and turned over, and yes, so great. Now I'm just going to do the masking on the A and B deck, and I get ready to get some more light gray on this girl. But first, since it's been such a heavy week with the Enterprise, and I started showing you guys on the figures and all that, I thought maybe I should try to get some more painting done on these guys. I need to get more painting done on these guys, trust me. But I thought I'd let you... I gotta find... there are those guys, there's those guys. And the mortar tube. So, remember I told you I used that Vallejo liquid putty? Thought you guys like to see now that's all dry and good to go. Look at that, just barely nothing. So, very happy with that. So the next big thing is before I can do any more any detail painting, I need to get the base coat onto these guys so I can then go to do that. So the base coat is XF65, which is German fill gray. And wouldn't you know it, I have 67, 64, 63. I have everyone around XF65, but I don't have that. But not to worry. Not to worry. I'm going to go ahead and go with the XF63. And I mean, it's pretty good. I might add a little bit of sky gray or light gray in just to lighten it up just a bit more, but we'll get there. But remember I told you guys when I have so much equipment, and I was trying to find where it all is. I know where. I got it put somewhere. So, but enough of that. So let me get this ready, and I will come back and we'll start painting these guys. Okay, guys, try to do them all at once, both teams, and doing the figures. This is what I've started when I really got more into them, and the best way for me to remember who's who, especially in teams, is I'll lay each team out and how I took it out of my bag that I kept it in, so I know that this is V, this is Y and T, this is X and W, and this is V and C, and this is overall commanding officer. So yeah, but oh, sorry. The other thing is I did mix. I mixed XF63 and XF66, and it's really darn close to that XF65 gray, and you'll see it here when I come back in to get going on this. And yeah, these round tables, guys, if you don't have one yet, you really should look at. I mean, these turners are my life. Uh-oh. Okay, you there. Okay, just making sure. Oh, there it is. I moved my paper towel and knocked something off the tape. But, so again, and no, I'm not doing any pre-shading on this one because it is just, it's so already almost dark gray. Again, guys, I just do a light pass to begin with because I don't want to have it get overdone. And like I said, I'll try to get everything that I can, but sometimes you'll notice that you miss something. And then I also, like, since he has his face, I'm going to try very hard not to get this in there. And then I just keep going. And I know it's just painting, but I thought I'd share with you guys my workaround for my lack of paint. Yeah, just turning it around and making sure I get everywhere that I didn't get to before. And a lot more will come up when I turn these guys over. You're probably asking, why didn't you already have them, or why didn't you have them stand up? Because sometimes when you do stand them up, even just the light pressure from the airbrush can knock them over, and it's crazy. And I'm only doing 20 to 15 pounds is about it. Maybe even lower. But yeah, I just keep coming in. And doing that. Like I said, so fun watching somebody just paint and not do anything. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to make you stop watching me paint because I got a little bit to go on this. But yeah, this is how I get them started. And like I said, that gray is working out phenomenal. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to keep going. So I will come back when I have more to share with you guys. So see you soon. Alright, got the teams all done. And I'm very happy with it. Came out really cool. So, yeah. And then the big ones all over there. But yeah, not too shabby. So just kind of getting some things cleaned up now and see what I'm going to get going on next with these guys. Okay guys, well this is where I'm going to end it for today so I can get the video together for the week. And yes, there's now paint down on the German infantry troopers and the mortar team. This is the machine gun crew and this is the mortar crew. And yes, paint is now down. So yes, I will definitely be getting on these guys next week. And then the big thing this week was getting the Aztec masks in proper place and getting all that figured out and how to get it done. But yeah, I'm very happy. Got the last night. I got the second base color on, and then I removed the Aztec dummy mask from the bottom, and I really liked how that's coming out. That looks great. And there's still more to do. And then, yes, I got the bridge actually lit up better than what it was before. Still can see the things, the panels. But got the A and B deck back on and wired up and glued in, so I'll be getting started on that next week. So next week is definitely a week of painting at the start of the week. So with that, guys, have a great and safe weekend. Have an awesome and happy week next week and a safe week. And I'll see you guys back here on the bench.